With the Shanahan-McVay style offense hitting every corner of the NFL, it is no longer novel. Everybody has an idea of how to stop the wide zone. One of the ways that teams do this is attacking the edges, and that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to watch 3 clips from the Seattle 49ers game illustrating how Mike Macdonald wanted to attack the edges of the 49ers box. This keeps everything nice and tight, and it funnels the running back into the box and into a phone booth where his defense can tackle the running back. One team that's had a lot of success against the Shanahan style offense has been the Minnesota Vikings. They use a lot of 3 down or 5 down odd front with edges attacking these wide zones. The Seahawks are a 4 down. For the most part, they want to play in a 4 down structure, primarily at nickel. And that's exactly what we get here. Even though we have 21 personnel on the field, you can see that we have big nickel. We're going to have Love down here. This has been a trend, and I wrote about this at the beginning of the year. Big nickel is a trend heading into next year. As teams see success with big nickel, you are going to see the safety market pick back up. So what we're going to get here is a typical split, kind of a stretch mid-zone action. Now, what we're going to get from the Seahawks is a double edge pressure. This is the old school saw, okay? Even though that this is a nickel, he's really our Sam linebacker. He is going to be pinching the edge. We're going to get our linebacker here. He is going to snap down, and then he is going to be attacking the edge. What we're getting from the inside is going to be just a pinching, right? The nose is going to hit the A gap. We're going to be pinching and compressing into these B gaps. What that does is, even if we can get some sort of kick out here, and then we're up to the next level here, and what we're really trying to do for the offense is create these cutback lanes. And what this does is it essentially is going to build a wall on the outside of this box, and it's going to force this running back to ricochet back inside. Well, we have edge pressure coming from the other side, but we've also got a mass amount of humanity right here in the middle with an off-ball linebacker who's able to rock back and forth. So at the snap of the ball, we're going to see that the running back is going to attack the defense's right edge. You can see now we have our linebacker snapping down. He's going to work to the outside. You can see everybody pinching. We have our linebacker tracking the back. And then as the running back cuts back, a lot of the time in these pinch stunts, you will get these defensive linemen with the ability to just swim and then just find the running back. That's exactly what we get right here. Now, the edge pressure here has to check for the boot action, and then he's going to work down because the boot action is a big part of the Shanahan style offense. Now, in the back end, what they're doing is running a little bit of a kind of a cover zero with a palms check. The safety here kind of messes up, but in the other 2 clips, you can see it really plays out almost like a cover zero. So we're going to have hard corners with safeties kind of up top. It ends up kind of being a hot palms or a hot quarters look for Seattle, which again is another concept used by the Vikings against the Shanahan offense. I'll have a link underneath this article in that. So you can see here, McCaffrey doesn't have anywhere to go, and he gets wrapped up for no gain. In the second clip, we're going to get that kind of boot action off of this. So we're going to get a similar look. We're in our big nickel package again. We're getting a double slot. We're going to get motion. So essentially, we're going to get a very similar way of running the same formation. They're just moving a guy. That's a big part of this offense. Is it's not a lot of plays, but it's a lot of different looks that really trigger defenses to align in a certain way. So you can see with this motion, both of our edge defenders are going to be blitzing off of the edge. We're going to get our pinch on the inside by all of our defensive linemen, and then we're going to get our cover zero on the back end. In fact, in this clip, you can see that both of our corners are pressing, and they are going to take this through. So as we get this motion, you can see that the safeties are going to essentially be taking outside and inside. So as the tight end curls back, this safety is going to be poaching him. As we get the fullback or the running back pushing pushing the flat, he is going to take it up. We're going to get man coverage by both of our receivers. So as soon as Purdy fakes the toss, he turns around. He has a defender in his face. It's one of the reasons why teams like attacking the edge against this, because the play action off of it is essentially eliminated immediately. So Purdy has to kind of pause and then throw an inaccurate throw. And even if he would have caught this is maybe not even a first down, or the defender's able to play it. But here we have a 2nd and 1, and it ends up being an incomplete pass. So again, at the very beginning, we look like we're in our regular 4-2-5 big nickel. The moment that we get any kind of motion, we snap down. We're getting our double pinch pressure. Saw essentially is what this is. Old school saw with cover 0 on the back end. And then we have an edge rusher right in the face of the quarterback. He has nowhere to throw the ball. In our last clip here, we're going to see a toss. So we're going to end up getting a kind of a loaded wing. If you think about this, this is going to be a 5-man surface over here. You can see again, the edge is going to step outside. He's going to blitz the edge. We're going to get another blitz. Now, this is going to be our base 4-3 package here. So we're going to get both of these guys coming off the edge. You can see where we're setting it. And what we're doing is we're essentially funneling the running back into a predictable spot. So we want to put him into a phone booth. He has one alley to go. We got to make sure we get here and wall him. This is going to really make it easy for this linebacker. And then we have a safety coming off of this and another safety on top as our cap defenders in case anything were to leak out. But again, what we want to do is compress the run game, force it into a known area, and then make the tackle. At the end of the day, this is nothing more than maybe a yard gain because the running back falls forward. But if you can see here, we're getting pressure from inside. We have our tracking here. We're going to then create a funnel. He has nowhere to go because there's a defender here. We have a defender outside. He has to be in a phone booth. He's going to try and roll out of it. If he does, we have both of our safeties there for leak control. This is another way, again, attacking the edges, creating a funnel, making the offense kind of work. If the running back wants to make a cutback, it's a cutback into a free player. The pinch keeps the offensive line on the first level and away from the linebacker. Kind of an excellent look at an easy scheme that every defense in America has, which is Saw. They have it in their playbook. And these are some of the easy things that you can do to stop wide zone. Wide zone is hitting at every level of football. And this is one of a best practice, as we're seeing here with a cover 0. And then again, you can play this as maybe a hot quarters or a hot palms look, as we saw with the Vikings. So that you are seeing some of these patterns show up against these Shanahan style offenses. Mike Macdonald running Saw with kind of a modified cover 0 behind it.